Okay, guys, welcome to the Open Vent podcast after 3 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Legal issues.
Okay, let's explain those real quick. I feel like on Facebook, I made it sound more dramatic than it actually was. Essentially, what the case was is that we tried to reserve an audio booth at Georgia Southern Sanford Hall, and we got downstairs. We were like, we reserved the time at the audio booth, and the door is locked. And Ben said... or the technician Ben said you can't do that because in that case Georgia Southern owns whatever you record essentially,
and we can't make money off of it.
And he made some good suggestions, but I just decided to buy a shitty $70 mic.
Woo!
Which you have heard in our
gaming videos.
Yeah, you have heard in our gaming videos, and we're trying to make it a little better. I mean, heck, you won't be able
setup here. Goodness.
I have a cheap Amazon Basics tripod set up over our $70 cardioid mic with a blue blanket wrapped on top of the tripod.
So it bounces it all back to the mic.
Yeah, or it absorbs the sound waves that are like unneeded or whatever. Either way, it's fine. The audio sounds, we're trying to make it sound as pristine. If not, it might sound a little better if I'm being honest.
Yes.
But we are back, and I mean, we decided to turn the Open Vent podcast into the Open Vent in general. Have a Let's Play.
Games.
Yeah, and
go check those out. Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah, except for the first two parts of Jack, and just deal with the mic issues. Plus, our conversations in the Jack playthrough are honestly some of my favorite.
Yeah, they were pretty good.
Yeah, so. I mean, this is the Open Vent, so the first thing I'm going to start off with is the fact that I couldn't shit for a week.
Oh, wow, you're going there. You're putting it all out on the table.
Yeah, I was really... because what happened was that we saw Cars 3 a few weeks ago, and
Great movie.
Yeah, it was, and I woke up every hour after I went to sleep that night, like, literally shaking, to the point where I was like shaking like crazy for an hour and a half. I didn't know that I couldn't go to the bathroom. It was because I thought like I was getting some type of cancer or something like that. I thought the popcorn, maybe I was becoming food intolerant to popcorn. And that would be hell for me since I go to the theater almost every week. Yep. Me and Tyler both go on $5 Tuesdays.
Woo! Save money.
Heck yeah, save money. But essentially... I went through the whole week with the girls telling me you just shouldn't eat any solid foods and you should try to eat more natural foods. And anything I ate literally did not work because I felt terrible. And anything I ate, I even had a banana and I felt like crap. And I don't know why. Yeah, like I was starving. And then like it got to the point where I was doing something for student media and I literally had to tell the girl as I'm recording live that I am sick, and if I need to go to the bathroom, I need someone to be there with me so I can hand them the stick because I don't want to record live while I'm on the toilet, you know?
Yep.
Unless they want good commentary over. Trust me, it wouldn't.
This is me getting sick.
Yeah, trust me, it wouldn't be eventful because you couldn't hear me take a crap because I wasn't physically able to, and so
You're a little open, Brandon.
Whoa, nice pun.
I wasn't meaning that, but okay.
But essentially what happened was after
you had your stomach pumped.
Yeah, no, right after that, like
No.
The doctor, who was really nice, like dealt with me. I was like, well, I've told her all the symptoms, and she said, well, let's talk about poop for a minute, and I was like trying to avoid that word for a majority of the conversation, and she literally felt on my intestines, and it was super awkward. Because she was like, yep, there's poop there, and there's poop there too, and there's poop up here. There shouldn't be poop up here. And I was literally full of shit. Yep. So, they gave me milk of magnesia, and I took it. And as my friends can tell you, and Tyler was testament to that, it was a shitty day. It was a very shitty day.
We came over and we were watching a show, and just every once in a while you'd see Brandon get up and walk to the bathroom, and at that point you knew, pause the video and wait, because he was going to be in there for a bit.
Yeah.
But after about 4 or 5 times, you seemed to be alright.
I was still a little sick because, I don't know, I don't think I should feel good when I take that, but like It's still in the refrigerator. Should that day come, and I still have PTSD because I keep forgetting. Like, for example, I had a moment this week where I thought, like, man, am I getting constipated again? But then,
every time you see a roll of toilet paper, you cry.
yeah, honestly, like, the fact that whole week, I literally couldn't sleep past an hour. So I would always wake up exhausted, and it really sucked. And it was was it the first week of B term?
I cannot remember.
I think it was.
Because I had full term. I didn't have a B term.
Yeah. But
anyways, enough of this shit. What are we gonna talk about now?
Enough of this shit.
Yes.
I mean, I feel
enough
like
of that.
I feel like I vented a lot about my problems. But what about you? Like I had that's one of my problems. But what's up?
Something I was wanting to talk about before we had to deal with the getting kicked out of the sound booth was the new Xbox One.
The Xbone X.
Yes, and it's aggravating to me because Microsoft led me to believe there was some new system, like pure gold, amazing thing with Project Scorpio. Then they came out with it, and it's like, oh yeah, we only added 4K, and we upgraded the processors. Is that it? So you mean you're doing the same thing as the PS4 Pro did a year ago?
The thing is, I'm going to be that man who's like, unless it's a brand new generation of systems, I'm probably not going to get your product. Because, like, we're in college, you know, we don't have $400 in the bank.
We want the Switch, but we can't get it.
And I'm spending more money on subpar capture cards and shitty mics. So, but this mic, I feel like it's starting to sound better, and I feel like next time we record a Let's Play, we're going to try this setup.
Yes.
Even though it's going to look a little jank, and we're going to have to put it to the side of the TV.
Yes.
And hopefully, I'm looking at the recorder to make sure we're not cutting out randomly, because you'll see that's another thing I wanted to rant about during the Jack playthrough. Every minute or so, the mic cuts out. And sometimes it's not obtrusive. Sometimes it is the worst. And I know for people who are just watching us to hear our voices, like, shout out to Walt Gray. He watches every single one of our videos. And he said, like, I mean, if he watches this podcast, I don't think he meant it as a backhanded compliment. But really quickly go look up the first podcast we posted on YouTube. Gotcha. We'll talk about it then. It's like he said essentially, like, this is gonna be painful to get through, but I'll do it because of you guys.
Painful to get through? Why?
Well, I don't. It is just you'll see it, but it was kind of implied that way. And either way, he watched it, so he's like a super big fan. And every like one part he put about the OC Sonic character. Let's look at it real quick. This isn't
It'll be harder than finishing One Piece, but I'm here for you guys.
Yeah, I got like not a malicious vibe. But
if you're a true fan of One Piece, I mean, come on.
Yeah, it's like because it is 30 minutes of us just ranting. But I remember the open vent was just supposed to be more of just
fun talk to something.
I mean, we started off the podcast with just me talking about how I couldn't shit for a week. So
yeah, we're not drawing anybody in.
Can I take the next one? Do you got one on your mind? Yeah.
Well, go ahead. I'll save mine for last because I think it's going to be a big one.
It is?
Yeah.
Essentially, I'm in a media production 2 class, and this is just like the most petty of the things I have to talk about. It's like, I don't see myself as a funny guy, but I think I'm funny.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, my sense of humor, I feel like it's dead in my media production 2 class, because there was a time where I said a joke and the room just died. And I do mean, like, literally died, to the point where everyone was quiet and the teacher went like, what do you mean by that? Which, if someone has to ask what you mean, it means the joke is dead. Like, your joke...
It means someone is offended.
Yeah, it means... Well, it wasn't even, like, one of my offensive jokes. It was just common sense. Like...
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was like...
It's like one of those make like a baby and head out kind of things. Some people will be offended. Some people will laugh at it.
But it weren't... I forgot what I said, but I forgot the conversation even. But like, it literally wasn't even that offensive.
Really?
Like, it was literally like baby joke, and I don't know. It felt like I got like pushed out, and then this guy made a joke that I didn't think was funny at all, but then everyone started laughing. So I feel like that my sense of humor is just not meant for that place, which hurts me a little bit because it feels like I'm at Rutland High again for that 1 year, because my sense of humor is very weird, and I don't know. And so like when it's very few times that I feel like it's not accepted nowadays, but it's a little weird when you're in a new environment and like no one's. I mean, you don't have to have a physical response. Like, you know, laughter is like, I'm not expecting laughter from anyone, but when you look at me like I just botched something up, I'm just like, whoa, you know. Like I don't know. I don't me myself. I don't laugh at other people's jokes that much, but it's not because I don't think they're funny. It's just like more like I don't look at people like, wow, I'm judging you. It's like me and Shane both don't really laugh at other people's jokes.
Mm-hmm.
We get it though. You know,
your crap jokes.
Hey,
just at the beginning of this podcast, I have a bunch of really shitty puns. Okay, yeah, I'm done. I'm sorry. Okay, so anything else on that topic?
Not relating to that. Unless I wanted to, I don't know. Only one small thing relating to that, and there's like, I'm not gonna mention his name here, but like, and he might watch this. I mean, I don't really care. He'll know who he is, but like, I don't know. There's like, he doesn't mean to be annoying or rude, but he's like that guy who's like kind of rude, and he doesn't see it. You know, what happens is like where most of us are film majors in my media production 2 class, and there's this one girl who just hasn't seen a lot of movies that we've in the room have watched. And that doesn't mean she hasn't watched a lot of films. She just hasn't watched a lot of films that we have watched. And so, anytime our teacher says something like, this film, and she's like, I haven't seen this yet. He'll go like, oh my God, you haven't seen that film? And I get it. That's a film major thing to say. I've said it. But
you say it to me all the time.
But I don't mean it to sound like, oh my God, you turd nugget. It's like, it's more of like, oh my God, I have the movie in my closet. We should watch it.
Yeah.
It's like when y'all said y'all hadn't watched Caddyshack, I died a little. But I have Caddyshack in the closet.
I think I might have watched that. I'm not sure.
It has Bill Murray in it, and it's like has to do with golf.
Think so. We'll have to see.
Yeah, it's pretty good, but it's more like there was more of a condescending tone there. Like with me, I was like, it was a bit of surprise whenever someone says that, and it's a bit of like, I need to get you to watch this. But with him, it was more like it didn't. I'm sure he didn't mean it, but he kind of sounded judgmental as crap. Like, and it was really annoying, and he did it multiple times.
And this is the same teacher that you made a joke for, and he's like, what do you mean?
Yeah, but I'm not talking about the teacher. I'm talking about one of the students.
Oh, gotcha.
But like he does that multiple times to the same girl, and I'm like, listen, buddy, she probably knows a bunch of films that you don't know jack about. But I don't know, and I don't know. We know he's very open, just like we are right now. That some people don't like him, and he talks about how some people that I've met before don't like him. And it's like it's weird. It's weird. Yeah, but
you'll always have professors that you just do not like.
I'm not talking about the professor. I'm talking about the student. People. The whole time I've been talking about that student.
I keep thinking professor for some reason. Oh well. Well, something I wanted to talk about was YouTube creators are going independent again, and it's not really a vent about it, but it's just something I wanted to pick at. So, what got me on this was Anthony Padilla of Smosh has left. They're one of the most original YouTube channels that has grown to be one of the biggest there is. And at one time it was the number one YouTube channel. So I'm wondering, like, why is he leaving? And it's because of companies are taking over and not giving creators enough room to do what they want. And, like, even some of our other friends, Philip DeFranco, he went back independent. Raina Scully, she's going independent. And then Steven Suptic, he kind of went independent, but then also joined Rooster Teeth, so I don't know if we can consider him anymore.
I don't actually consider Raina Scully going. That's not really going independent as much as like. I don't know. Like it was more like it was just her job. It wasn't like anyone owned her. It wasn't like they owned her IP or owned her like name. It was more like it was just a 9 to 5 job, and they had her going back and forth from Cali to from LA to San Fran,
and then
constantly.
sometimes Japan.
Yeah.
Sometimes
so it's like I just feel like it killed her on the inside. Like she was exhausted.
Yeah, I can see that, but like. Philip DeFranco, he's going back independent after Group 9 killed SourceFed. And I think that was fine. I mean, he's been independent before.
Yeah.
And he can definitely do it now. But, like, Steven Suptic, he left. And I think he wanted to be independent and saw it's troublesome to start off that way.
Yeah.
So he's like, I got to pay these guys. And I don't have the money for it, I'm guessing. And then went with Rooster Teeth, which we don't know. He may have started off with Rooster Teeth and then just built it. But I feel like there's a lot more YouTubers going independent. Anthony Padilla, he left because he didn't have room to be creative anymore. And I'm wondering, like, is companies with YouTube bad or good anymore? Like, it gives them the money to do stuff, but they can't be creative anymore.
Yeah.
They had to go by a set of rules which are politically correct, as to say, and not offend anybody.
I don't really have anything to add to that. It's just more, I get what you're saying. And I guess, I feel like companies are starting to, if I actually finished the podcast with Philip DeFranco and Casey Neistat.
Really?
Yeah, and essentially... Casey Neistat pretty much went off the fact that CNN was very transparent with him about they've learned, or companies are starting to learn, that you can't restrict YouTubers with a massive audience already because they'll just freaking leave you. And so what they want to do is they're just like, make content.
Yeah.
Make content. And and Casey Neistat was very adamant about the fact that CNN wasn't hindering him in any type of way.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, and I hope companies pick that up, but there's companies like Group 9 that are very controlling. Like, they even turned SourceFed Nerd into Now This Nerd and tried to steal it from them. No, you can't do that. And they did come back from it, as I'm guessing you were about to say.
Yeah, they started their own YouTube channel and left SourceFed alone and changed it back.
Thank God.
Yeah, that was I don't know.
That was just some BS.
That was not a good move.
They didn't think it through.
I just don't. You know those company moves that by big companies that you're just questioning. This is a huge company. How in God's name did that get past everyone as like, wow, this is a good idea, you know?
Even making the video saying, we know you're loyal fans, and we're sorry your fan thing, like the thing you're a fan of, is gone, but we're going to keep doing it.
Yeah.
Differently. No, it dropped about, 400,000 subscribers?
Yeah.
In a week?
Yeah, I remember Maude Garrett made a video about how depressing it was because when she was there, they got past 1 million, and then it dropped past 1 million.
Yep.
And it was super depressing. And I am subscribed to them too.
I did too, but then I went back and subscribed just because I believe it should be at 1 million where it should have been.
Yeah, and part of me wants to go back and do that. Part of me is like, I'll just.
I mean, there's not going to be any other videos, but I'm still going to say I'm subscribed to them.
One day they're like, we're back, you know.
And you're like, this still isn't the same. Just start new.
Yeah. Well, let me. What was I thinking of? Shit, you got something else really quick while I start to remember?
Oh, Pepe the Frog was banned from Apple.
Yeah.
There was a app, and apparently it was just like a game with Pepe the Frog meme. And because now it's apparently considered a white supremacist meme, because somebody turned it to a white supremacist joke, it's now racist.
Yeah.
I don't. Why? Why?
I'm not.
99% of those memes were just funny jokes. There was maybe one white supremacist one.
And even the creator came out and told everyone, "Hey, buddy, like it's not meant
It's
for that."
a joke.
So I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to respond to this because I'm like, it's just a company doing like pulling a dumb move, which it's like it's one of those examples of like, how did this decision get past everyone in a huge company like this? Are you just letting the CEO take advantage of this because he's some dumbass 40-year-old who doesn't know anything? Like that's the thing. I'm wondering who has full creative reign on like who gets the final say so in this. It's because obviously like it's not coming from the people who interact most with these things. Obviously, it's coming from someone who doesn't know the meme that well. So I'm imagining they're over 30.
I feel like they were just told, yeah, this is a white supremacist thing, so you should delete it because you're gonna be offensive. And we gotta be PC. We can't be offensive now. It's like, okay, I want to go to this vent, and I'm probably gonna get hated on. I'm tired of PC. It's okay to be offended sometimes. I get offended all the time. It doesn't mean you should be angry and it's gonna hurt you. How do you feel about that?
One second. Just declined a call with my mom.
That's why I stopped, so you could edit this part out.
No, reject her. Talk to her later. Love you.
Well, at least if she listens to this, she'll know.
Yeah.
She'll know why.
But I know what I was going to talk about, and it's a little 180. But okay, just summing up what you were just talking about. I pretty much agree. I don't know. I don't like restriction of free speech, but I mean, legally they're fine. They're fine, you know.
Yeah.
They're able to do what they want. Personally, I think it's a stupid decision.
Yes.
Legally, it's okay. But it's like that kind of thing. It's really annoying, but you can't stop stupid.
Yeah, I feel like everything, though, nowadays, every decision is made not off of laws, but people's opinions. And it's like, okay, there's laws for a reason. Abide by them because everybody needs to.
But we talked about this before. Like, I know, I mean, I'm giving you room to defend yourself, but like sometimes like you talk about the burning of the American flag.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, and like I feel like it should stay legal to do that. It's personally stupid and wrong. Legally though, I feel like something because I remember at one point you said we should kick them out of the country.
Yeah.
Has that opinion changed?
Kinda, not really. I mean, it's just.
But you get how that's contradictory to what you're saying, though, right?
Yeah, but I think if you, like, it's a thing where don't bite the hand that feeds you. If America gives you the freedom to do something, don't abuse that freedom. Don't say, oh, well, F you, America, even though you give me this right to do it.
I just think about it the same way that Phil DeFranco thinks about it. You flip it on the other hand, what if someone doesn't agree with your minority opinion? Should it be seen as abusing the power, you know? It's like, I get it, and I think that's terrible because I love America. But at the same time, I feel like it should remain legal to do it, even though I personally think it's stupid and wrong. You know? I mean, that's what makes America America.
Yeah.
So, IDK, I was going to ask if that opinion of yours has changed. Because, like, I just personally think that's very contradictory, but I get what you're coming from. It's very offensive.
I don't think I ever really... I might have said that, but I also said, like, if you burn the flag and you hate America, why don't you leave? Why don't you go somewhere else?
And that was perfectly, yeah. I just remember, I feel like it was more in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
But like, I just wanted to give you a chance to defend yourself there, because I was a little confused based on that when I first heard it. Yep. And I feel like I brought it up then, too. Maybe I did. I don't know. On pulling a 180 here, 12-minute long run times for new anime this season.
Yeah, and you were telling me about that.
How it was. Basically, me and Michelle watched about 5 first episodes of something. And what happened was that, what was it? It was like 12-minute run times, and I'm assuming they're going to be 12, 13 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe it's the beginning of like what a producer at a studio is putting on Twitter. That's like you ask why, for example, Attack on Titan season 2 was only 12 episodes. Well, you have like more anime being produced by more studios, but the thing is you have less workers at those studios, which means you don't have as much time to, work on them. And also they produce every season.
Yeah.
And they produce multiple projects every season.
As long as My Hero keeps going, I'm good.
Yeah.
Boku no Hero. Keep going.
In full transparency, I think My Hero is okay.
I am obsessed with it. In all honesty,
but it's just according to what genre you enjoy. Like I could go on and on and on about Higurashi no Kakukoro ni. Which
you love an anime when you call it by its Japanese name instead of the American name.
Yeah, because technically a lot of people criticize the English translation, which you would have to type in on YouTube to find it, and it's called When They Cry. It's only available on Hulu. If you got Hulu, watch the first season. I'd even go as far as to say that if your morals are not the same as mine in terms of that, you should stream it illegally. The second season.
Kiss anime.
Kiss anime. I mean, I don't know, like, I'm still thinking about the time, because I know it's going to be picked up eventually by someone. I'm going to purchase it. I'm going to purchase the second season specifically. But enough about that. There's even a show we watched that was 9 minutes in runtime.
Really? That just sounds awful.
I don't know how I feel about it, because those were the shows that hooked me up the fastest, because they have a shorter runtime. It's kind of like the Vine scenario, where you have 7 seconds to tell me a story.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to enjoy that story, like, because you have only a limited amount of time to hook me on it.
Yeah, I'm not the same way. I want a set thing, and I want it to stay continuous like that. Once I'm adjusted to it, so at the 30-minute episodes or 20-minute with commercials, or without commercials, I feel like that's better to me. Because I'm also wondering, with that 9-minute episode, how is it being broadcasted in Japan?
See, I don't know about that.
Because there's a set schedule of 30 minutes, but now they're like, oh, we're going to do a 9-minute episode. Does that mean they just have 21 minutes of commercials?
I just feel like I want to ask someone who's actually watched Japanese cable TV how it works. Because, like, I don't know, it might be like, yeah, I don't know. I'd have to.
It's just weird.
We'd have to talk to someone who's watched Japanese cable TV.
Again, as long as they don't mess with Boku no Hero.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's not going to change.
If you search Boku no Hero for this, and you see Boku no Pico, do not click it.
Watch it.
Brandon, I swear.
It is a gem.
You showed it to me and I about died.
Yeah,
You're sick.
I feel like I've sent 3 people to hell by showing them.
Yes, you have. I'm going to hell just for that.
Every time I show someone those series of videos, I have to sacrifice a soul to condone
Satan.
for my sins.
To Satan.
Yeah.
Satan literally walks up and is like, "Oh, you found my porn collection."
Oh, yeah, that video.
that's how Boku no Pico goes.
I'm trying to think. Like, I'm not sure if I have any more rants. I went through the petty media production 2 rant.
You
I
went through the
shitty moment. I just haven't had time to watch anime.
Yeah.
That was super depressing, because besides the ones I watched with Michelle and the time I watched it last night, like, and that's about 20 to 30 minutes a week.
Yeah.
I haven't watched one for 2 weeks. So
wow.
This weekend was like, a time when I wasn't doing the 2 assignments yesterday. Thanks, Dr. K. Essentially, okay, really quick rant before we end this. Nothing against you, Dr. K, or anyone who listens, but, like, I don't know, the fact that we have like 5 assignments per week.
Summer classes.
Some 5 assignments per week. I get that summer classes, but you also want us to do a 15-page paper, which is 15% of our grade. And
have fun. And
that's the thing. She sent us an email last night that was like, "Hey, this is 15% of your grade. Get it done by it's due this Saturday." And we haven't had time to work on it because we have to do like 5 2 to 3 page assignments per week.
Man, that sounds awful.
Yeah, and
Really?
I hear from people who are multimedia journalism majors that she is a gem, you know. But the thing is, I feel like she was terrible at condensing her semester.
Yeah.
Like if I'm going to be in a
Too
world,
much.
I'm going to be in a world of pain the rest of this week because I've got to do 3 pages per day. If I
Oh,
don't do three
man.
pages per day, I will not be able to upload it on time.
That sounds awful.
Yeah, she is pretty. I don't know, but then again, this is the last week, and
Yeah.
also I have a project for multimedia or media production 2 this week, and we also have to film a final project.
Oh man, my exams are this week, Tuesday and Thursday.
Is this your final week?
This is my finals week. Not final week, but finals week.
Okay. Because I don't know, media ethics is no doubt the worst class this summer,
Yep.
and I've taken 4.
But all right, I think that's
There's-
about it.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to make this a weekly thing. No promises, because we're kind of busy, and especially this week is gonna be complete.
Both of us are probably gonna be gone somewhere
Yeah,
soon.
I just feel like this is like something to do when we can weekly. But if it skips a few weeks, we'll always have gameplay trailer videos.
Yeah.
Because the way I want to do it is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Sonic 06. Tuesdays and Thursdays, Jack. Because Jack is just a naturally shorter game. And Sonic 06 is just long. So,
And eventually we'll get to other games. Obviously they can't go forever.
yeah.
So.
Sonic 06 will go on for a long time, though. We have only got done with about a third of it, so.
All right.
But we'll see you guys later.
That's it.
And
Bye.
thanks for listening.
Bye,
If you got
bye,
this
bye,
far,
bye,
bye.
bye.
Vemos.